Good morning and welcome to a day in my life for me and Charlie. And you might hear Lila, my 7-month-old, in the background. It is Tuesday, April 9th, and I literally just stood in the kitchen for probably, I don't know how long, debating whether I wanted to kick off this vlog and even film this vlog today. We have a busy next like 2.5 weeks. And what I've been trying to do for the last maybe 2 years or so is, and it is so funny, I feel like I reminisce on this every time I vlog. I think back to the years that I did a vlog and a plan with me every single week. Every single week. And I'm thankful. I mean, I learned a lot. I learned a lot about YouTube. I learned a lot about myself. But now what I try to do is one or the other every week. Every week I'm either vlogging or I'm doing a plan with me, and that's how I build up my content for the following month. So this week I have on my agenda, my planner agenda, to do a day in the life. And I just didn't feel like doing it today. We have been having great sleep, Peanut, and we did not have great sleep last night. So I was like, I'm just gonna put it off. But I do not have the capacity to do that. So here's what's coming up. Tomorrow, my best friend from New York and her husband and their little boy, who is 1 month older than Lila, are coming to visit, and I'm very, very, very excited. We have not been able to see each other or meet each other's little ones because we just live in 2 different states and with a little one, and then it was just a lot, and it just didn't happen. So they are coming tomorrow. She's like, this is where I sit. This, like, the top of this pillow on the couch is like where she sits. She's like, you're in my spot, Mom. Anyways, my dad gets here this weekend. He does not stay with us. He's allergic to you. And so he gets here this weekend, and he is here until mid next week. And then we've got to finish prepping because then next weekend we are going out of town, which is our first trip as a family of 3. My husband has traveled a handful of times, once for work, once for a wedding that I did not go to because she was still too little, and then once we have gone together for a wedding, but we have not traveled with her yet, and I am both nervous and excited because I know that I'm probably building it up in my head and it's probably going to be just fine, and I just need to rip the band-aid off and it's going to be great. I'm going to build that confidence, just like everything. I feel like that's a very common thing in parenthood don't get me wrong, it's hard. It's not easy. But there are so many facets of it that the first time you're gonna do it, it feels like the scariest, most daunting thing in the whole wide world. And then you do it and it's fine. And it might be hard. Sometimes it was. Like leaving the house for the first time, going to the restaurant for the first time, like, you know, XYZ. Insert whatever first time thing with a baby here. So I feel like traveling for the first time is just gonna be that same thing. Obviously by the time this video goes up, that trip will have already happened and we will be preparing for our next trip with her. She has 3 trips booked. This just happens to be the first one. So I believe in my plan that next week I'm doing a weekly vlog because my dad will still be here till Wednesday, and then I'm gonna be preparing for the trip, so I couldn't commit to a whole day. That was the whole point of this saga. Today was the last day I had that I felt like I could commit to a whole day of a vlog. So I'm bringing you along for today, and then I believe next week I'm doing a weekly vlog as I prep for the trip. Which, yeah, we'll see. We'll see how much I decide to share about that or just like a regular weekly vlog. It also is the other piece of all of this, which is another reason why I really needed to check this vlog off today, and now we have a 5-minute rambly intro, is my mom, who lives here in Chicago with us, who regularly helps out by watching Lila while I work, is leaving this week, like in 2 days, for a 2.5 week long vacation. So she will also be gone next week. So that's why next week is gonna be interesting because our typical routine of like my mom watching her and all that jazz is gonna be different. So anyways, it's a very long intro to say welcome to a day in the life. I have a lot to get to today. So we need to get off this couch, Kitty, and get to it. All right, let's get this day all planned out. Still planning in a notebook. I don't know if that's gonna change anytime soon. I was thinking about it. Part of it is I've mentioned in varying a lot of Plan With Me's that I don't have a lot of timed activities and I have very few pages left in my daily notepad. I just approved a bunch of merch, although I'm just looking at this now. I guess I probably could start trying it if I wanted to, because I just approved the merch designs for the new stuff so that we can place a reorder that will get these in. Maybe by the time this video goes up, the new merch will be there. Maybe I'll start trying this soon. Today is not that day. But I was also thinking about the fact that even if I have timed activities, is it gonna stress me out to put other tasks attached to times that may or may not end up happening because having a baby is unpredictable. So I don't know. Back to today. Starting with my normal morning stuff, which is my AIM routine that we are in the middle of while I am planning. I have moved some things around a little bit. I posted a AIM routine video. Yes, Lila. I posted an AIM routine video last month, and that's still, as of right now, I mean, there's things that have already changed, like little things. Definitely adding in like goal steps that I didn't have when I filmed that AM routine. I don't know if there's any other major changes, but the point is, I mentioned in that video that I sometimes move things around in my AM routine so that it makes sense for the day, for my life, etc. And I'm doing that today. I pushed a bunch of stuff to the end just based on timing so that I could get this clip filmed and we could get on with our day, a lot we're trying to get to today. So AM routine and then working out. That is a goal of mine this month that I'm very much focused on. So far, so good. Then I'm gonna put the couple of work things that I would like to get to today. My mom is going to come help watch Lila at some point today, but like I mentioned, she is preparing for a big trip, a really big trip, like a very international, huge trip. And so it's kind of up in the air when she's gonna come by. And so I don't know exactly what my work stuff is gonna look like today. It all kind of depends on lots of factors. So I would like to get 2 podcast episodes edited. One is the most important, like getting the one for this week done is the most important. And then my communication routine. And if really all I get done are those 2 things, it is what it is. Ideally, I'd like to get 2 podcast episodes and then also record the community call that is going to be pre-recorded for April since I'm going to be out of town. That would be the best if I could get all those things done today. If I don't, it's okay. Then I am going to write down just household. That's the focus the rest of the day. Like I mentioned, we have company coming, and so with traveling, at the end of the month, I'm trying to kind of push up some of our things. I did a video last month. It was actually one of the lives about my monthly. You agree? About my monthly and weekly like recurring tasks and how I manage that. And it has been going well, but between the travel and company coming, I kind of had to move some things around. So I did make like a master list of what I'm working on. I'm not comfortable sharing all the things, but again, just a notebook. I feel like I've been actually making progress on these notebooks that I've had forever. This one maybe not as much, but this one is getting there. Anyways, so I just broke it down into the different rooms. So our bedroom, my office, the kitchen, the guest, which is Lila's room is where the guest bed is, and the bathroom, and then the living room, which I finished up already. Like this means, the cross off means I finished everything over here. This, like what I have covered up. Here, I'll show you what the bedroom one looks like because the bedroom is not as many things. I needed to tidy up, which I've already done. I have not changed out our sheets that I want to do earlier this week so I don't have to worry about it. And then putting clothes away. When I made this list, that was from laundry a couple of days ago, that laundry did get put away. I didn't check it off, and now there's new laundry to put away, so I'm just gonna leave it. But once I finish all the things for that room, I'm gonna cross the room off. As you can see, none of the other rooms are crossed off. I'd like to get all of this done today before our company comes tomorrow. I also have tomorrow morning because they don't come until tomorrow afternoon. So I do have some time if I don't get to it. And then the little yellow checkbox is getting the floors done in that room. So we will see. That is going to be like working on this list is the priority for the rest of the day. If I get, well, I guess not the whole day because then I have a call later. If I get to all the things, that would be awesome. I'm not getting specific on my daily plan about what I'm going to get to. I'm just going to work off of that master list that I just showed. And then whatever I don't get to, I will either push to tomorrow morning or decide it's not as important. But the point is I'm not going to list out those things here because this is one of those things, like it's so hard to estimate how long things are actually gonna take. So it is what it is. So that's the priority the rest of the day. Then at 6 p.m., I have our community call. Actually, the community call tonight is a power hour. And typically, so what that means, the power hour call is where it's almost like a silent co-working session, which is what I used to call it. When we were over on Patreon, the community was on Patreon, I called it the silent co-working session, and we would just hop on Zoom and get something done. Now that each week is more of a coaching call, I changed the name to power hour, and there's coaching components at the beginning and at the end, but there's still an hour worth of working time in the middle of it. But because my mindset to that call is a coaching call and not a silent co-working, I don't always come with something to do. If somebody is working on something goal related and they want my help in the chat with breaking something down or whatever it is, I want to be available to our community members. So I don't always come with something to do. Now, depending on how many people are on the call, what everyone's working on, some weeks nobody needs me and I could work on something. In retrospect, I should have saved the office stuff. The only thing left in the office is a 5-minute task. So I should have saved office stuff to work on during that call in case nobody needed me. So I need to figure out what I'm going to do with that if it ends up happening. After that, we got to get the replay up and then my PM routine. And that is going to be the plan for today. All right, morning routine is done and my little one is down for a nap. This is when I've been trying to prioritize my workout. She's asleep. I don't have any distractions. It's earlier in the day. Like, let me get that done. I think I'm gonna switch things up a little bit today. I may regret that later, but I feel good about the momentum of my working out, and I know that I can't procrastinate it to later in the week unless I want to work out when our friends are here, and I don't. So I will get to it today, but it doesn't need to happen first thing this morning because the household stuff is a priority, and there's a handful of like small, shorter tasks in various rooms, and doing that when she's awake is tougher to like take her room to room with me. And when my mom is here today, I want to prioritize work stuff on that time. It's just easier for me mentally. I don't know if that makes any sense, because even if Lila is content and I could get a little bit of work done, it's just a different mindset than when somebody else is she is their number one. Whereas if I'm trying to get work done while she is still my number one, it is tougher, if that makes sense. So anyways, I am going to, I think, bop around. Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna put my workout clothes on. Then I'm gonna bop around the house and try and check off some household stuff while I've got some energy and no distractions. And then we'll go from there. It also works out well because I have been listening to Billy Porter's autobiography. Amazing. It wasn't originally on my list. If you've been following along, if you're a reader, skip to the next section. I always put timestamps in the description box, so if we get to a section, you're like, I don't care about that, you can keep watching the video and just skip to the next section. Anyways, reading update. I give reading updates every week in my weekly live. So if you keep up with the weekly lives, you already know all of my reading updates. But the quick synopsis is, in December, I picked 15 books that I was going to read for the year. And I am making progress on those books. But I quickly realized there was a hole in my reading plan, and that was books to listen to while I do stuff like cleaning, that when I'm all caught up on like podcasts and YouTube videos, and autobiographies are the perfect thing for me for that. So I made a list of 5 and I added 5 autobiographies. Well, one of the ones I added was Maggie Smith. I thought it was Maggie Smith from Harry Potter. It's not. It's a different Maggie Smith. So I took that one off and added, actually what I did was I went to my Libby app and I went to autobiography, audiobook available now. And one of the top ones that was available, I didn't have to wait for it to be on hold, was Billy Porter's, which I didn't know he had an autobiography. I love Billy Porter. Like, if I made a list, I'm a huge Broadway fan also. If I made a list of original Broadway performers that if I could go back in time and see them, like see the original person, the original performer in that role, Billy Porter as Lola in Kinky Boots would probably be on that list. Anyways, very much short story long. I really, really, really am enjoying his autobiography right now, and I want to keep listening. So that's one of the other reasons I'm gonna do household stuff, so I can put my AirPod back in and keep listening. Okay, nap time is almost over, but I am feeling really good about the progress I made on household stuff. Not exactly the order at which I plan to do things today, but I am glad that I kind of rode that momentum wave. So what I'm gonna do to see the progress that I'm making on my daily plan, and since I'm not showing you the checklist that I made for the household, I did 5 things. So I'm just gonna do some little tally marks. I got 5 household things done off my list during that session. So now nap time is almost over. So we'll see, we may move into some of the household stuff in her room, or I may try to do my workout. We'll see how she's doing, or we may go for a walk because it's beautiful outside. Not on the plan for today, but may happen. Which reminds me, I did put my workout clothes on now. I said this recently on, I think it was a community call. I truthfully struggle, y'all, with remembering when I talk about stuff. Was it a community call? Was it a live? Was it a different video? I can't remember anymore. But we talked about acknowledging what you did accomplish. Whether that is a day, a week, a month, an entire quarter. It was a community call because there was somebody who had submitted about not feeling like they made any progress in Q1. If you are somebody who struggles with that, and I have absolutely been there, that's something I feel like I've worked on over the last couple of years, really feeling good about every single day and that I am doing things, even if it's not always captured on my planner. I mean, here's an example. I am literally filming a vlog today, and I don't know how much raw footage at this point, but some amount of time that I have spent doing something else that is not on my planner. So if we decide to go for a walk today, that won't have been on the plan, but it's like 70 and sunny outside, and I feel like we need to take advantage of that. And so if you are somebody that struggles with that, write that stuff down. Like, if I really wanted to, like, I would add to my planner today, filmed daily vlog, went for a walk, so that when I look back at the end of the day, if there's things on here that aren't checked off. All right, I did it. I did my workout. I feel like I mentioned this a couple vlogs ago, but I have been following the calendar for Hardcore on the Floor, which is a Facebook group that has a personal trainer who creates calendars, monthly calendars of Peloton strength workouts. And I have been doing like one of the 20-minute lower body and then one of the 20-minute upper body and then a ride. That's my baseline right now that I'm working towards being consistent with before I add anything else. And my #1 cheerleader in the room. I definitely have Peloton instructor favorites for the bike, for rides, but part of that I feel like is really driven by music. I am very much a music, what's the word I'm looking for? I'm very motivated by the music that I'm working out to. So I will only do rides of music that I absolutely love, which typically leans me towards the Disney, Broadway, and like early 2000s rides. And the same general instructors typically do those. So I have favorite instructors from that standpoint. And then when it comes to strength, I don't really have favorite instructors. I pretty much enjoy whatever the creator of the Hardcore on the Floor calendar has put out for the month. I didn't love today's. I felt it was an upper body, and I felt like he was trying to do some cool things. He was trying to include a lot of twisting, and he was trying to include a lot of pushing, pulling. My pterodactyl Peanut wants to join the conversation. A lot of pushing and pulling in the same movement, which I have learned from the years of watching my friend Justina's channel, who talks all about fitness. She's a personal trainer, that like we don't have to make it super complicated. So it wasn't my favorite. There were definitely some exercises that he was doing some funky things, and I was like, I'm just gonna do a bicep curl. I'm not trying to be super fancy with my workouts right now. I'm just trying to make sure that I can easily lift my tiny human as she continues to grow. I also pretty much always try to be thoughtful about my weights that I pick based on how much she currently weighs, at least based on her like last doctor's appointment, because I will get, like, there was a time where the instructor was like, pick a weight between this and this, and sometimes when I'm feeling lazy, I will lean towards the lower weight of the range. But like middle of the weight was like half of Lila, and I was like, you probably would benefit from lifting at least the amount that your child weighs. So that pushed me a little bit. So that's what I try to think of, especially when I'm doing upper body. And then lower body, it is the way that I have been thinking about it is when I like bend down to pick her up, instead of using my back, like going into a squat and using my legs. And so that's the why behind my lower body stuff. Anyways, okay, now I've rambled enough. And what's next for us, Peanut? I did a little bit of cleaning of her room when she first woke up, and then we came in here and I got my workout in. So now TBD. Okay, I'm not even sure where the last like hour and a half went. My mom came over for a little bit to see Lila. She's gonna come back again later, but she took a break from her errands and packing and came by, and in retrospect, should have taken advantage of that and come and taken a shower while my mom was here. But I hung out with the two of them. I'm also gonna miss my mom. Like, I feel like my mom and I see each other a lot. And we do spend time together, don't get me wrong. But I do feel like we see each other a lot in passing of like my daughter. And so I just kind of wanted to hang out for a little bit. Because I'm also gonna miss my mom, who's gonna be gone for 2.5 weeks, who I see, you know, regularly. So Lila's back down, my mom's back out running errands, and I am gonna take a shower and like get dressed and then move into doing some work. Have I done any work today? I mean, besides filming this vlog, I guess. I have not. I've done a bunch of household things. Actually, I did some more household things. I did one more thing while they were here, so I'm gonna go check that off before I take a shower. So while I haven't actually done a lot of work things today, I have gotten a lot of the household stuff done today, and then hopefully can spend this afternoon kind of focusing on work. Although I really want to go for a walk with both of them when my mom gets back and Lila wakes up, but we'll see. Okay, checking some things off. Got my workout in, got 2 more household things done. That's it. And I added some extra stuff here. We'll see if I end up getting to any of that, but making progress. Okay, I got 1 podcast episode done and then part of my communication routine. I didn't quite finish it, but I got through a good chunk of it. And again, like I mentioned way earlier in the vlog, those are the most important 2 things I get to today. So I'm gonna go for a walk with my mom and Lila, and my mom has some Old Navy cash that's going to expire while she is gone, and so we may go see what they have. All right, just got back from being out and about, and we made a couple stops. One was to the storage unit. So I feel like I can show you my face while I explain this. Hang on. So a couple years ago, we've known for a long time we were going to move from New York to Chicago. Like, that was a conversation we had a long time ago. The timeline was up in the air. Then the timeline got solidified. Then the world shut down and we postponed our timeline. And so when that happened, at some point, I came up with a suggestion to my mom and sister that they should come visit, and then we should drive back to Chicago together with a bunch of stuff that I don't need in our New York apartment temporarily. And I would get a storage unit in Chicago to store it, because my mom had downsized from a house to condo. So she didn't have room for all of our extra stuff, but that it was worth that, like the monthly storage unit cost, to get it out of my tiny New York City apartment. So we did that, and it was just honestly some random stuff. There's probably random stuff in that storage unit that we don't really even need. But it was a combination of like some craft stuff, some memory keeping stuff, like old photo albums, I'm not even sure, random stuff that we drove from New York to Chicago. And that was December of 2021 that we did that. And then, actually, this is probably what sparked it. When we got engaged, instead of having our wedding registry stuff shipped to our New York City apartment, we knew we were gonna move to Chicago eventually. So I wanted to just have stuff shipped to Chicago, so we didn't have stuff that we had to move. It was like, is it really worth having it shipped to New York to have it for a year to then pick it up and move it to Chicago? No, it wasn't, most of it. So instead, we had it all shipped to Chicago. And my mom didn't have space, and so we got a storage unit. That was the purpose of the storage unit. The driving, the extra stuff was just because the storage unit already existed. So for a long time, the storage unit was all of our stuff from our wedding registry, all of our gifts, which wasn't honestly all that much because we didn't need that much stuff. We were in our 30s. We'd been living together for years. Like, most of the gifts, wedding gifts we got, were funds for our honeymoon. Anyways, so then my mom and sister and I drove a bunch of stuff from New York and added to that storage unit. When we moved here, all the stuff from our gifts from our wedding registry we got from the storage unit and brought here. And then I also have been using the storage unit for other stuff, like the Christmas stuff. When it's not Christmas, I throw it there. Some baby stuff, like right now, her next level car seat is in there, ready to go when she is ready for that car seat size. It's already in there. The high chair was in there for a while before we needed it. And I feel like there's something else, maybe something that I actually have already put in there that she like doesn't use anymore. And the swing might not be too far behind. I was just looking at that today going, I kind of want to put that in the storage unit. Anyways, one of the things I put in the storage unit was a box of clothes, like this time last year, of sundresses and shorts and swimsuits that I knew I wasn't going to fit in over the summer. Like I was going to be too large to wear them over the summer. And I was like, I'm not going to need them until next summer. So let's just put them in a box and put them in the storage unit. And so in my mind, I didn't need that box until summer. Well, my mom and I were chatting. I've been wearing my maternity swimsuit to swim lessons. And my mom and I were chatting because like I mentioned earlier in this vlog, in like a week and a half, we're going to Houston and I want a swimsuit for Houston. And so I was talking to my mom yesterday or the day before about packing, and I was like, oh yeah, I need to pack a swimsuit. Oh, I really kind of want to pack my like regular swimsuit. I mean, assuming that it still fits, but it should. And not my maternity swimsuit because I've been wearing it to swim, but it's kind of too big. And I was like, that's in the storage unit. Like, are we gonna have time to go to the storage unit before you leave? Because it is walking distance, but it's far. And she has the keys. So I was like, and to be honest, it was like if we have time, we'll make it happen. If not, I will wear my maternity swimsuit in Houston, it'll be fine. Okay, well, long story long, that's what this box is. It is shorts and regular swimsuits and sundresses that I'm not sure what's gonna fit. I'm not gonna try them all on in this vlog, but I thought I would show you. Actually, I'm not even sure where this pair of shorts is from because it has a tag on it. Old Navy, which is pretty much the only place I get shorts from. So we got some denim shorts. This is one of my swimsuits. I had some skirts that I got that I actually never wore. Actually, no, this one was from my bachelorette party. I guess I maybe had two that I never wore. Some more swimsuits, some like summer tank tops, like 4th of July type tank tops. And then again, some sundresses that I knew wouldn't fit me pregnant. So we'll see what of this still fits and then what I end up deciding to take with me to Houston. But I'm glad that we went and grabbed it. And then we're gonna have to deal with the lighting in here. We went to Old Navy. So my mom had some Old Navy cash that was gonna expire. And I knew I wanted some staples for Lila. And of course I got myself some stuff too because that's what happens at Old Navy, which is just ridiculous. So let's go through it. So, okay. Staples may be not the right word. So my mom actually had gotten these little sweatsuits for her. She had gotten two of the patterns. There's like a cute little strawberry pattern and then a cute one that's like pink with sunflowers on it. And I have been loving them for her. They are the perfect, like they're super lightweight and when we're inside, but like it's, you know, so the air conditioning is on inside and they're perfect and I love them. And they were on sale. They were 50% off. So they were, I think $13. And so I wanted more for her because I feel like in the spring and even in the early summer in Chicago, there are days that are like not as warm. And so I wanted more. I feel like I don't need to justify, but I'm over explaining. So I got this one with the suns and then I got the plain solid pink one. And then I got, okay, those are my things. Let's go through Lila's things first. Okay, these were the staples that I wanted. I love these little leggings with the ruffles on the butt. And she has some, but they're hand-me-downs. And so they've been washed so many times that they are already a little bit tight. They just don't seem as comfy for her. So I wanted some fresh ones. Plus we go through them. Sometimes they're dirty. So I got the white one, I got the black one, and I got the denim one. And I just love them so much. I've had them, I think in some I've bought and some were hand-me-down. I think I've had them in every size at Old Navy. Like I had the 0 to 3, I have the 3 to 6, and now we are rocking the 6 to 12. And then I wanted to get some shoes. I'm going to be honest. Here's a little fun fact. I think baby shoes are silly. Now, are these like the cutest little things you've ever seen? Yes. They are so precious. But I'm like, they're not walking. Like, wait, why does she need shoes? Can't she just wear socks? Like, why does she need shoes? And my mom was telling me a story about somebody whose kid Like they had the same mentality, and then when they actually needed shoes because they were walking, they didn't want to put on shoes because they weren't used to having things on their feet. Okay, that might be dramatized, who knows. These were half off, and I thought, okay, we'll get her 2 pairs of shoes. I think I'm also more open to buying things now for her because they will last longer. Like everything I'm buying is 6 to 12, whereas before when it was like, this is gonna last 3 months, like what? I just couldn't justify buying that much stuff for only 3 months. So I got her a little pair of sandals and then this little pair of like white, like sneakery type shoes. Like they go well with the sweatsuits. And then this just hopped in my cart. I couldn't resist this little it was a 2 set. Oh, was it? Yeah. It's a 2-piece set. This little like flower bloomer situation and this little denim top with a little bow on the back. Oh, it's so cute. So that just hippity hopped into my cart. And then for me, I got this pink dress for a swimsuit cover up. Another fun fact about me is that I always want to wear a bra. Even pre-baby, I always want to wear a bra. So I don't buy dresses that need like a strapless bra or braless. That's not how I function anymore. But for a swimsuit cover up, I'm open to this. And so this was also 50% off and it has pockets. And if you watched my quarterly favorites video where I talked about how pajamas with pockets has made a huge difference in my life, I can only imagine that a swimsuit cover up with pockets is going to make a difference in my life. So I decided I needed this dress for a swimsuit cover up. It's got these like strappy straps. That's redundant. Anyways, they had it in a lot of colors. I was very tempted to get the patterned one, but then if my swimsuit has patterns, then it's kind of funky. So I got that one. And then I got this dress, which I'm excited for. We're having this like event at my mother-in-law's when we're in Houston, and I decided I needed a new dress for it. It's got nice thick straps so I can wear a regular bra. It's very, very flattering. I got this in the large. I feel like sometimes sharing my size is helpful if you're similar body type to me. Like this fits perfectly, but you want it to be fitted. Like you want it to be form fitted. I got this in the extra large. The large fit, but it was like, for a swimsuit cover up, it was not how I wanted it to fit. It also felt a little short, so I did get the extra large in this one. So that is our Old Navy haul. I really need to mess with this so there's not a baby swing in the background of my videos. I was actually just talking with my mom about, well, so I think in my head, I wanted the bookshelf centered on the wall, but like visually between, well, yeah, so they're centered between the edge of the wall and the window over there. And so it's like, maybe it would make more sense to scooch them over so that I can actually film and have them behind me. But then when I do my live, I like to do this like long angle so that I get the light from the window. But I guess I do get the light from the window this way. I know I'm looking at myself and not at you. And then if I scooch them over, then the bookshelves could be all behind me, and that might be cooler to look at. I might mess with it, we'll see. Well, I got that all set up, and then my battery was gonna die, so I replaced the battery and all that chatting about the bookshelves, and now I'm looking at the clock. And I don't know if I have time to do this justice before the coaching call starts. When I started this whole process, I thought I had plenty of time, but now I don't wanna rush through it. So you're gonna see the clip of the giveaway. I'm so excited to tell you about it in like 3 seconds. I am going to go do this coaching call, and I'm gonna record it in like 2 hours. All right, I realized as long as no one needs me in the chat, which I have an eye on in case somebody messages me, but we are in the second half of the power hour. And typically if somebody needs me, they come to me at the first part of the happy hour. Of the power hour. Wow, can you tell where my mind is at? I feel I'm in this kind of weird mental space because it's a Tuesday, but with company coming tomorrow, it's like, is it Friday? Kind of. All right, let's talk about this giveaway. This video is going live just before my 6-year anniversary here on YouTube. 6 years ago, I started a YouTube channel, started sharing about my life. I would not ask that you go back and watch that first video because it was bad. I do still firmly believe you can start a YouTube channel on your phone. You don't need a fancy camera, you don't need fancy lights, you don't need anything except something to record and a YouTube account. You can talk about whatever you want to talk about. I tried everything under the sun at the beginning, and I was brainstorming with my content manager slash like business coach. I don't even, she wears a lot of hats for me in my business, supporting me. And we were talking about what to do. And we finally came up with an idea to do for 6 years, to celebrate 6 years, we're going to do a giveaway. Well, I'm going to do a giveaway I'm going to gift one of you my 6 favorite goal setting tools. So let's talk about them. Now, I guess, are they my favorite things that I would not, let's call it the things I would not achieve my goals without. 6 things I would not achieve my goals without. That's what it is. Okay, so the first thing, and most of these should not come as a surprise to you if you have been around on my channel. Okay, the first one is my goal planner. The Goals with Laken Goal Planner, the 2024 full year version, even though, yes, I know it's May, but if you have wanted to try it, you are going to get the full 2024 year version of my goals planner. I obviously would not achieve my goals without this. This is my planner that helps me figure out what my goals are, break them down, and holds me accountable to actually achieving them. And that, I feel like anything I wanted to say about the goal planner, I said in the goal planner video, so I'm not gonna elaborate on that. All right, next up is the weekly notepad. Mine has 1 left. Oh, that is so sad. I'm glad I'm filming this clip before I use this last one. I need to have the shop send me more. A couple of years ago, I started planning on like a notepad or a weekly planning pad as opposed to in a weekly planner. And there's a lot of reasons why I find this very valuable as opposed to a weekly planner. And I am sure I've talked about it in a video before. I'm not gonna go into it in this video. If that's something you would like me to elaborate on at some point, why I find this beneficial to a weekly planner, let me know. That's not the point of this. The point of this is I tried so many under the sun and could not find exactly what I wanted. So I created what I wanted, exactly what I wanted. And that is on this weekly planning pad. So you will get this weekly planning pad, which comes with 50 of them. So it's like basically a whole year. And of course, because you can't have the weekly planning pad without the Papermate flares that go with it. To continue the theme, number 3, the third item in the giveaway is this would probably be a little bit more exciting and professional without the baby swing in the background. Okay, I know I already talked about that. The daily notepad, I have been hoarding this one because we are out of stock and I haven't clicked the order yet on the restock, and I probably have like 10 here. But I love this. I love this guy, especially working for myself where I'm in control of my schedule. This makes all the difference when it comes to planning out my days. But I don't need to necessarily do it every single day, right? If I'm working in a daily planner, there's a page for every single day and I don't need every single day. I love this thing. It is 8 by 5 by 8. I think it's 5.5 by 8.5 technically sized. I love it. Also with Papermate flares because they go together. Next is a 1-year subscription to my favorite app that I would not achieve my goals without, and that is Routinery. I talk about this app every time I talk about routines. Every video I've ever posted about my routines, I talk about the Routinery app, and I want you to experience it, the paid version as well. I was recently interviewed for something coming later this year, not that much later into the year, but not by the time this video goes live. And spoiler alert, she asked me if I could keep one productivity tool, what would it be? And I said Routinery. Next is a book. We couldn't have a giveaway without a book. And the book that I chose, also no surprise if you have been around, The Lazy Genius Way. Like I don't even know if I have any words, but this book is so beneficial from a mindset standpoint, from a practicality standpoint. No matter what your goals are, this book, I highly recommend, which is why it is one of my 6 items in the giveaway. And then the last item, number 6 in the giveaway, is 1 free month in the Goals with Laken community. I would achieve a lot of things without the community, and I know that the community can also help you achieve your goals. And so I want to gift you, the winner, 1 month in the Goals with Laken community. So the details, all the details, the dates, the giveaway kicks off the day today, the day this video goes live. And it is going to go through May 22nd. So as long as you're watching this video before May 22nd, you can still enter the giveaway before, let's say, maybe like 9 a.m. Central on May 22nd, because I am going to pick a winner and then I'm going to announce the winner on the live on May 22nd. I go live every Wednesday at 1 p.m. Eastern, if you didn't know that. And at the live session on May 22nd, I'm gonna announce the winner. How many times did I just say the date? It's also my sister's birthday. So all the information and how to enter will be in the description box down below. I'm excited. I can't believe it's been 6 years. Thank you for being here. Even if this is the first video of mine that you've ever watched, I can't believe that it's been 6 years. And I get asked a lot too, what's the future? I want to lean on the desk, so let's rotate you a little bit. Ooh, also, let me show you this thing. well, let me answer this question first. I get asked a lot, what's like the future? Do you see yourself being on YouTube? Do you see like, what's the 5-year plan of like your business and blah, blah, blah. I don't know. That's the answer. The answer is I don't know. And I think that's okay. I don't think we always have to know what like the long-term plan is. For now, I am enjoying the way my business is, being on YouTube and all the things, and balancing that with being a mom, and yeah, who knows? Who knows what the future holds? I will announce changes as I make them. Right now, there's no plans to make any changes. Okay, I am gonna take you off the stand. Also, for a vlog I didn't have any set plans for. I'm pretty sure this vlog has turned out to be pretty long, so thanks, Amanda, you're the best. My editor is the best, y'all. Okay, I saw this thing at the Target dollar spot. Now, obviously, if you've been to the Target dollar spot, it's not $1. It was, I think, $3. And I just couldn't resist. It's so cute and bright and fun, and I just needed it. For now, I wasn't sure what I wanted to use it for. I was pretty sure I wanted it in my office because the colors just vibe with my office. And there's not really anything else on my desk that I feel like I need this for. So for now, I just put my 2 plants on it so that I can easily spin it to water them if I need to without like reaching over things or over each other because their leaves are kind of intertwining at this point. And then I put my little sign here, which this was a gift from a friend, and I'm obsessed with it. And I don't know, it makes me so happy, although you can't really see all the colors, I guess. I just set this up today, so we'll see what I decide. All right, my call is over. Here's what my planner is looking like. This is kind of how it goes throughout the day. Like I add things, I cross things off, I move things around. I decide that they're gonna be moved to the next day. Like some of these things that are crossed off are things I did, and some of them got moved to future days. I feel really good about the progress I made on the house today. The list that I showed earlier, but I didn't really show it, I know, that I had. The one thing left on it that I would like to do tonight is the fridge. The rest of it, I went ahead and moved on a list for tomorrow. This is what I do when I'm like, okay, these are the things that have to get done. Clip Charlie's nails, only because I know it takes more than one session. So I'm gonna at least do one session tonight. Fridge, and then get the replay up, which it's uploading right now, and my PM routine. And this is what I'm doing right now so that I can check it off and then focus on those last few things. So I'm gonna go ahead and close out this vlog here so I can get those things checked off and get to bed at a reasonable time. I'm like giddy about tomorrow. I feel like it's like Christmas. Just getting to see my friend that I haven't seen in almost a year and getting to meet her son and her getting to meet Lila. It's gonna be a good day. So I am gonna end this vlog. If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you're new here, please click that subscribe button. I upload new videos every week focused on helping you achieve your goals. Thank you so much for watching. Okay, let me say this sentence 800 times. When I create blah, 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 my workout, blah, blah. So if you continue, blah, even if this is the, blah, blah, even if it's, okay, bye.